Guys, life is a big game, okay? Life is just a big test, if you like. It's a journey. There's ups, there's downs, there's positives, there's negatives. There's, dramas, there's excitement, there's fun, there's tears, there's pain, there's anger, all these things. And how you react and respond to each one of those things is going to determine your own experience and your own growth, and the things that are going to help you progress in life and so on. So, yeah, when you think about, a child, you tell them not to put their hand on the hob, they reach up and put their hand on the hob, they burn themselves, and they learn from that experience not to do it again. They didn't listen to you in the first instance, they went and tried it on their own, things went south for them, yeah? So, yeah, and it's the same through everything, absolutely everything. And we're not just talking about the physical things that can harm you, it's about psychological things that can harm you, and I don't know, so many influences on our lives that can determine, subject to how we react to them, how our lives are going to turn out. So I want you to just think about some stuff that's happening maybe in your life now, something maybe that's happened fairly recently in the past, and remind yourself, how did you respond to that situation or that event, and ask yourself the question, was that the right response? Because it's those responses that are going to determine whether these things continue to happen to you. Because like I say, life is a test. So if you respond in the wrong way, the universe is going to teach you a lesson, or keep going over and over that same lesson until you come out with the right answer and come up with that right response. But I'm asking you, like I say, consider your responses to all situations. If someone cuts you up on the road or something, don't crack out the road rage and start getting moody with them, because what's the point? They can't hear what you're saying. All you're doing is raising your heart rate and risking a heart attack for yourself. Basically, you're better off brushing it off. People make mistakes, so just accept that. Anyway, they're just little examples, but like I say, think about it. Think about recent events. Think about your responses. Drop in the comments. What things have you maybe overreacted on? Which things have you actually not reacted enough on? Let's see where that conversation kind of goes, really. And I'm sure we can all learn from each other, right?